What's going on? Oh, hold on a second. I am really sorry about that. I don't know what the hell just happened there. For some reason, I thought I had my video camera in the right setting, and no, I didn't. I'm sorry about that, guys. Yeah, I don't know why the hell I just did that, but I mean, whatever. It is what it is. If you guys hear a noise in the background, though, it is super windy out. It's been cold as well lately. I mean, today, it'd probably feel warmer out if it wasn't super windy today, but, with the wind blowing the way it is, yeah, it's just making everything windy, or making everything cold today, excuse me. So, anyways, getting to the subject. So, a lot of you guys probably have been hearing about the thing going on with Kanye West. There was a photo that surfaced online, I think about a little over a week ago now, as of the time I'm making this video. It was a picture that he did with Candace Owens. Him and Candace were wearing t-shirts that said White Lives Matter. And, you know, Kanye West received a lot of criticism for it. There's a lot of people, especially black people, that are backing Kanye on it. Like, they're sticking up for him and saying that it's his right to wear that shirt and say what he believes in. And then you got a bunch of other people out there, mainly white liberals, anyways, that are getting pissed off about it. All because, the shirt says White Lives Matter, even though it's a black guy that's wearing that shirt. Not only that, but Kanye West also mentioned that he is pro-life, and, he said something along the lines of that there's more black babies being aborted than born in New York City at this point. And then he also said 50% of black death in America is abortion, so I don't really care about people's responses. I perform for an audience of one, and that's God. Basically, that's what he said right there. So yeah, Kanye West has been getting a lot of attention from, from the shirt he wore, and then, the things he said, and, a lot of people are getting pissed off about what he said. Then you got Candace Owens that basically called out Black Lives Matter, saying that that group is a scam. And then, because she said that and called them out, there are celebrities out there like Sharon Osbourne that are coming forward and saying that they want their money back after finding out the money was going to where they said it wasn't going to go, and putting that money towards a bunch of useless bullshit out there. Go figure. The thing is, a lot of us knew that Black Lives Matter was doing that shit, and unfortunately, a lot of people didn't see that up until now, and there are still a lot of people out there that don't see that, or they just don't care. See, that's the sad thing. Black Lives Matter claims that, black people get treated like this or that, and that, cops do this or that to black people. Yeah, here they are taking the money for themselves instead of helping other people in need. And the cities that are going through a lot of tough times, like right now, like bad crimes and all that shit, they're not doing anything about it. Instead, crimes are getting worse. Police officers are losing their jobs. A lot of people are out of work right now because of Black Lives Matter. I know this for a fact because, I've done a lot of research on it. Hell, there are cities here in Michigan where I live that are suffering from it. We've already had cities here in Michigan that were already going bad, like Detroit, Flint, Saginaw. Then you got cities that have gotten worse now, like Kalamazoo, Benton Harbor, Lansing, Muskegon Heights as well. Not to mention there were riots that went on in Grand Rapids, a few years back, all because of the bullshit with George Floyd. Now, look, I'm not going to get into the whole subject with George Floyd because I've already made videos talking about him and how I felt. But instead of people learning the facts, they'd rather get mad at Kanye West or Candace Owens all because, they don't like the things they've said or they don't like the things they do. Most of it goes towards Kanye West anyways. Let me just say this right now. If it's that critical to you when somebody has a different opinion that you don't like, you're part of the problem. Look, if you want to go and support Black Lives Matter, then whatever, that's your right to. If you want to be pro-choice, whatever, that's your right to as well. But if it's that fucking critical to you when somebody thinks a different way, like they say that they either support something that you don't like, or they say that they don't support something that you support, you're part of the problem, big time. If Candace Owens and any other conservative out there wants to go against Black Lives Matter and say what they want about Black Lives Matter, that's their right to. If it's alright for people like Kanye West and any other celebrity or politician out there to say that they're pro-life and that they want to think a certain way, that's their right to think that way. And to a lot of you out there that claim that Black lives do matter, let me ask you something right now. How come you guys never say shit when a black person is killed by another black person? How come you never say shit when a black police officer is killed in the line of duty? How come you never say anything when a black military member is killed? How come you guys never say anything about the amount of black babies that were aborted during Roe v. Wade? I'll put this out there. You guys only care about black lives if it has something to do with either a police officer doing harm to a black person or a white person doing anything to a black person. Now look, do I agree that there have been innocent black people out there that have been killed or hurt by a police officer or a white person? Absolutely. And for that, that's unfortunate. You know what? I will not condone those people for hurting or killing innocent black people, especially if they haven't done anything. Even then, a lot of the black people out there that are talked about, like George Floyd, Breonna Taylor, Rashard Brooks, Michael Brown, Dante Wright, a lot of them, well, mostly George Floyd anyways, they get talked about endlessly. People talk about people like George Floyd like he was some sort of superhero or some sort of god and that he did all these good things for so-and-so, when that is not the case at all. They were all criminals. That's all there is to it. And I'm not saying just because they were criminals that they deserve to die. That I will agree that they shouldn't have died. They should all still be alive, okay? It's unfortunate that they're not alive, all right? I agree. But a lot of them that were killed by the police have one thing in common, and I will say it right now. They all resisted arrest. But again, I'm really not trying to make this about George Floyd, which, side note, speaking of him, I got to talk about him in the next subject after this video. A lot of people are only getting mad because they don't like the way Candace Owens and Kanye West think. They have a right to think how they want to, and that's that. If you don't like their opinions, maybe you should turn around and go the other way. If it's okay for people to talk about how much they hate this country and that they want to leave this country or they wish something bad would happen in this country, then Kanye West and Candace Owens have a right to think how they want to. That's that. Now, look, I'm not just sticking up for Candace Owens and Kanye West because of their opinions. I'm sticking up for them because they have a right to think how they want to. But what I will say is a lot of people are getting mad at them are the same exact people that remain silent about the amount of black on black crimes that happen across the country. What I will say is, though, is, even if Kanye West didn't think the way he did, I'd still listen to his music, I'll admit, I've been a huge fan of his music for a very long time, ever since he dropped his single Through the Wire. I'll admit, I like that song. I still listen to that song to this day, as well as many other songs that he's made, like Slow Jams, Heartless, Can't Tell Me Nothing, a lot of them songs, I like a lot of his music, okay? I'll admit it. Hell, there's even a lot of rappers out there that I listen to that are liberal. And, at the end of the day, look, I don't care what your political opinion is. To me, you're either a respectful person or you're not. If somebody were to sit there and say, fuck you if you think like this, fuck you if you think like that, all I'm going to say is, well, I'm sorry you feel that way, but that's not going to change the way I think. That's all there is to it. But anyways, that's really all I gotta say for this video. I'm sure I pissed a lot of people off for making this video, but you know what? I don't care. That's not my problem. Feel free to say what you want, and that's that. If you do agree with what I'm saying, feel free to give this video a thumbs up, and that's that. Y'all have a great day now. Peace.